No, my laptop closed. Okay. I wrote my review on my computer for the first time instead of by hand. Weird experience. Don't know why I always insisted on writing it by hand, but it's a lot faster this way. Dark lips and a very pale face, and it looks like I am only lips. So today I'm going to be reviewing Who She Was by Stormy Smith. Stormy Smith kindly sent this book to me for review, so thank you so much. That was so sweet. And I am very excited to talk about this book. This is a spoiler-free review, so even if you haven't read the book, you can stay for the whole thing. Yay! Let's go to the beginning of this little document, shall we? Scroll a little bit. Did you hear that, Finnick? So Who She Was follows two main characters with dual perspectives in the book, which I really enjoy, who have a very tangled history together, and I just realized my window's open a little bit. Oops. It's really, really hot. I have mercy on the sound. It's so hot. After disappearing from each other's lives right before high school, Trevor and Charlie randomly end up at the same college together. I said that really weird. Trevor comes from a very dysfunctional family, and music is his only output. It even gave him a full ride to college. The only thing is, he hates it. Meanwhile, Charlie comes from a really broken past after her and Trevor split ways for mysterious reasons no one knows about, even Charlie and Trevor. Forgot his name for a second. Very similar names. Charlie, Trevor, Charlie, Trevor. She's a broken person putting on a mask for everyone she meets, lest she come face to face with the reality of what she's been through and shatter. Okay, thanks, past Bridget. But I mean, it portrays the point pretty well. So this is the story of Trevor and Charlie rediscovering their friendship and helping to pull each other out of the mess that is their lives. So overall, I gave Who She Was a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the message that was presented throughout the book and how clearly it was stated, and learning about the characters and the depths of them, which were very deep. However, some little things were just hit or miss for me that I will just sprinkle into this review where I see fit, because it's my review. However, one of those things was the dialogue in the book between the characters. A lot of the time it was fine, but for the majority, is it 50-50? Probably like 50-50. I couldn't actually see a real person saying it, like just regular everyday college students. The way I saw it was, you know how everyone has, or most people, have a different writing voice versus their speaking voice. For instance, when I was writing this review, I had to work pretty hard to try to incorporate my speaking voice into it and not like I was writing an essay. My essay voice is very different than just my talking to a camera voice. It's a lot more formal and you use bigger words and you don't even realize you're doing it, but you've been trained to do it. And I felt like some of the time the characters were using a voice that they would use to write an essay, but maybe not just talk to their friends casually. But the things they were saying were I just realized that this whole side of my face is extremely light. I mess everything up. However, the things they were saying when they were speaking like this were really profound. Like, it meant a lot, but I feel like if it was just worded a bit differently so it seemed more realistic that they were saying it, then I could have not enjoyed it a bit more, but pictured it more easily. However, one of my favorite parts about this book is how equal Charlie and Trevor are in helping each other through their problems. Charlie especially is in a really bad place when we first meet her, and when Trevor comes in, I got the sinking feeling that, oh, this is gonna be the typical boy saves girl situation. Ugh. But Stormy Smith really does a great job of pushing how much they have to help each other, and how if both of them did not have the other person, they wouldn't have been able to push through these problems like they did. Or did they? Ugh. And I really appreciated that, because I feel like you don't really see a lot of that. It's always, you know, boy saves girl. I don't know what I would have done without this boy that walked into my life. And I really liked that they were both there to help each other. Other than the dialogue some of the times, I really did enjoy the writing. I wish so many times I had those little stickers that, you know, stick out, that you can stick right on the edge of the page, you know what I mean? Because there are so many things that Stormy would write that just really struck a chord and that were just worded so beautifully, and I just really enjoyed reading them, and they were not few and far between. They were often, and I really enjoyed reading that. So let's talk about the characters. I keep looking at the lighting and how half my face just does not exist with it. So first we have Trevor. It's annoying that I keep like just flipping the book around. Oops. Can we talk about this cover? I love this cover. And each of the chapter pages Can you tell? It just has a bunch of letters over it. It's very interesting. So it was pretty obvious that Trevor was supposed to be the cute, clever, sarcastic boy with the funny one-liners, but I didn't really get that from him. I mean, honestly, if anything, I thought Charlie was funnier than him and had funnier things to say. I almost felt like he just tried a little too hard and he thought he was funnier than he was, you know? And in the beginning, he kind of freaked me out because he was pretty relentless in his pursuit of Charlie. It came off pretty stalkerish, to be honest. There were a few times I was just like, that's weird. Because they meet and he's just infatuated with the idea of why did she leave? Why did she just disappear from my life? And why is she so different and broken? And he chases her. I mean, he had good intentions, and because of how relentless he was with her, because he didn't give up on her, it's why they were able to work so well together. But in the beginning, when she was really just pushing him away and was like, stop following me, I was like, this is weird, I'm uncomfortable. But once she warms more up to him, I really warmed more up to him too, and I started liking him more and more. But now we have Charlie, who I just find really interesting. Charlie's character development and just overall growth throughout the book is amazing, and it's one of my favorite things about it. Charlie's mask that she has over herself, over her that she has over herself and over her whole personality, and has almost just convinced herself is actually her and not a show she's put on to protect herself. It's just so fascinating and sad to me. And it was so well done. And seeing that mask slowly crack but then rebuild, and how she was kind of trying to just come to terms with herself and what she went through, and this was her mechanism to be able to withstand the grief and withstand what happened to her. I really, really enjoyed that, and I really thought Stormy Smith did such a good job with that. I honestly think that people going through the same thing could get a lot out of this and a lot out of reading about her. So then we have Darcy and Sam, the best friends. You gotta love some good side characters. They're always my favorite. These two, especially Darcy for me, I think because we spent more time with her, were so full of personality and humor and light. I just really loved reading about them and reading about the friend group they formed, and I'm such a sucker for friend groups. I feel like Darcy just really was there for Charlie and helped Charlie so much with everything she was going through. And even though Trevor did a lot, I don't feel like Charlie would have been able to been able to get where she was if it weren't for Darcy. Overall, I really enjoyed reading this book. I was a bit apprehensive at first because recently I haven't really been into contemporaries. I've been so far into fantasy and sci-fi and historical fiction. Just contemporaries have kind of just been pushed to the side. But I am so happy to have read this. I'm so grateful that Stormy Smith sent it to me, and I just had a great time reading it. I will link below where you can see this book. It comes out May 4th. I have a feeling I'm going to post this on May 4th. Who knows? But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!